Hi everyone. How are you? All right, I'm just gonna change my video capturing device. Hold on 1 second. Just want to change my camera. Oh, that's way better. That's way better. I like that so much better. Hope you guys like it too. I'm trying to see it. Oh, that looks so much better. You guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's getting better. It keeps getting better. How are you guys? How's it going? Welcome back. How are you? My name is Sam. I'm a pop culture commentary channel. If you are here today, hi. How's it going? All right. Now I'm just checking. Okay, so now I'm just keeping my video up on the side so I can make sure everything's working and looking good and all that fun stuff. Make sure I pull that up so I can see everything too. Okay, perfect. I'm using my cell phone as like a second screen, basically to make sure everything's good on my end. Okay. Hi guys, how are you? Coming to you live from New York. It's Saturday night. All right, you guys. So if you guys follow me on social media, you know what we're talking about today. We're talking about Liam Payne, and his untimely death, unfortunately. So I just want to give a trigger warning that if you are someone that doesn't want to talk about anything to do with obviously death, doesn't want to talk about anything to do with possibly potential unaliving. Like, we don't fully know what's going on yet. We'll know more obviously in the coming days, but this whole situation is very disturbing. It's very sad. Obviously, people love One Direction very, 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 very much. Um, Sorry guys, I'm just double checking a couple things. I'm letting my husband know I'm going live so he doesn't walk through the door. Live on YouTube in case, oops, in case you come home for some reason. I always try to warn my husband. I'm like, hey, I'm going live. So like don't just like walk through the door and do something stupid, please. Thank you. Don't like say anything dumb. Like, don't do anything that you're gonna regret. If you are a member of the replay crew, how are you? What's going on? If you see this fly buzzing around, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I'm so beautiful today. I know you guys are like, oh my God. Can we talk about, I know we're talking about a really sad topic, so can we look at this Granny Theft Auto sweatshirt? Let's do something light for 2 seconds, because we're about to talk something super dark. But trigger warning to all the things, okay? All the things. Addiction, all that stuff. I'm going to try so hard to kind of work my way around what is appropriate and not appropriate to say, obviously. I'm going to try my absolute, making sure my camera's good. I'm going to try my absolute best to work within the confines of that, obviously, because we're talking about some pretty heavy topics. So I am a little nervous and kind of hope that everything nothing gets demonetized. I guess I'm praying nothing gets demonetized. Um, so before we get into it, I guess if you're a member of the replay crew, drop an emoji in the comment section for me. I really appreciate it. Let's do any type of, I guess, like let's do like a musical note as the emoji for the replay crew. So if you're in here watching this at not live, drop that later just so we know that you guys are here hanging out, having a good time. Okay, so if you guys don't know who Liam Payne is, Liam Payne was a member of One Direction, a boy group that was put together via the TV show The X Factor. And people think that Simon Cowell is the one that put them together. If you know the lore, you know the lore. That actual Nicole Scherzinger is the one that kind of put them all together. So shout out to Nicole Scherzinger. Also, she's on Broadway right now and she's fucking killing it. Okay, she's killing it. I have not always been a big Nicole Scherzinger fan because she kind of gives me like a vibe or whatever. But girls got to stand up for girls, and she's absolutely killing it right now. Um, just catching up with my live here, make sure I'm good. Um, so yeah, so he was in One Direction, and then obviously One Direction separated from each other, and then some of them really thrived. Obviously, Harry Styles thrived really, really well. Zayn really was very, very popular, and people absolutely loved him. And then he kind of went away for a little while. after him and Gigi Hadid had their daughter. And he's now just kind of coming back with music and all that stuff. Um, and the rest of them, I'm like, I was like, this is the thing is like, I was on that cusp. I was on that cusp of, you know how like every generation has that like chunk of years where if you weren't in that chunk of years moving on to the next stage of like popular artists and celebrities, you kind of missed it. So like my age of people, like so 34-year-olds, so like 1990, we were on that really tight cusp of Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus, One Direction, the Jonas Brothers, that like group, Selena Gomez, like that group right there, Justin Bieber. Like I was on that cusp of that group. And so I really wasn't into them. Like I wasn't pushed through to those groups of people. For me, I was on that group of millennials where it was like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Whereas my sibling, they were on that, like we're 3 years apart, and like literally that 3 year gap really separated like those groups of people. So I don't know a lot of the lore. I don't know a lot of what has gone on with this group. The only person in the group that I follow like religiously is Harry Styles. I just absolutely love his music. I love him as an individual. I love everything about Harry Styles. He's probably one of my favorite artists of all time. And I think he's going to be like a timeless artist. I really, really strongly believe that. So yeah, so that's kind of my introduction into who they are and One Direction, and then kind of who Liam is. And Liam is definitely not somebody that I followed. I mean, he's not somebody that I kept up with. I've known like random shit, but I didn't know a lot about what was going on with him. I don't know about his ex, which we're going to talk about, Maya Henry. I didn't even really know that he had a child that is around my child's age. I didn't know that either. I knew a couple of them had kids. I just didn't really know which ones had kids. I didn't know that he had mental health issues and dealt with addiction. But it doesn't surprise me because a lot of One Direction, the people in that group talked about those things and talked about stuff like that that went on. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me to hear those things. But it is, it's really, 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 really sad. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff today. So if you guys want to grab a drink, grab something to eat, that's what we're going to be doing. This is the time I had during nap time. So this is what we're going to be talking about, okay? So I made kind of like a little thing going on here. Hold on. I gotta change the video capture. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Window capture. Hold on, guys. Hold on, please. This is what I want. That's there. And then I gotta change the webcam. No, get out of here. Hold on, guys. I gotta change the webcam. Okay. I believe you. Hi, guys. Not you guys watching me like in live time. Be a complete idiot. Good times. All right, here I am, guys. I'm right here. Let's see. I think I can keep myself right about here. You guys are just watching me in real time fix my shit. I'm learning, you guys. I am learning as I go. I am new to the whole I'm new to all this, so I'm learning as I go. So wish me luck here. All right, so I kind of made like a little document here about everything that's been going on. Um, hopefully, what do we got? So hopefully you guys can follow along. One thing is that there was some videos going up about Liam's Snapchat that was going on. And it was insinuating essentially that these videos were basically like brand new and happened yesterday. And apparently these are not brand new at all. The Snapchats that were kind of going up were from about, I guess, allegedly 4 days ago. And kind of TikTok has been putting them up. They've been on Reddit, they've been on Instagram, they've been all over the place, they've been everywhere, everywhere. So people are starting to realize that that is not what is really been happening, I guess. So we'll pull this up. No, we don't want to do that. Open link in new tab. There we go. So this is from Extra. Oh my God, I hate all these extra screens. They make me want to actually rip my hair out of my head. So this is Liam Payne's final Snapchats. I don't want to go to Crackle Barrel. Liam Payne's final Snapchats reveal his last days alive. Many were left reeling by the shocking news of One Direction alum Liam Payne's death on Wednesday. TMZ reported that Payne fell from the third floor of the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel in Buenos Aires at about 5 p.m. Argentinian time. His Snapchat has been active, however, in the hours leading up to his death, as he shared several seemingly happy moments from his holiday in Argentina. He left fans very confused as reports began to circulate that he was passing. So, like, the time frame that these are coming out was very, very, very confusing because these reports were happening, but all these posts were still happening on Snapchat. They've since been deleted. Some reports indicated that the final post went live at 5:50 p.m., just minutes before his death news broke. That may mean that Liam's team shared the snaps unaware of what was happening. And this is on his personal verified account, might I add. This isn't like some side account. This is his actual account that this is happening. In some of his final Snapchats, Payne is seen spending time with his girlfriend, Kate Cassidy, who was not there when this all happened. Liam captured one of the videos with Lovely Day in Argentina. So this is one of the posts that he showed, and he didn't look too crazy or too out of it. They even documented their breakfast, captioning a video, waking up at 1 p.m. every day. They also discussed their plans for the day, including polo and riding horses. I don't know about you guys, but I've never woken up at 1 p.m. a day in my goddamn life, like ever. Um, I have never woken up at 1 p.m. a day in my life, especially having a child. So it always fascinates me. Like, I'm sorry, but when people say that they woke up that late in the afternoon, I have questions. I have questions, I have concerns, I have thoughts and feelings. They even documented their breakfast. We already said that. They shared another clip of him and Kate making silly faces, captioned quality time. Maybe I need to look into her because I don't know how old is she? Do you guys know how old this woman is? I need to know how old she is. And yet another snap, Liam sits in a chair with his knees together while looking off into the distance. He wrote Halloween costume idea, Forrest Gump. It may have looked like the videos were taken on Wednesday, but a source told TMZ that Kate actually left Argentina on October 14th, so 3 days ago, meaning the content was recorded previously. The source told the outlet that the pair arrived in Argentina on September 30th. Damn, they've been there for a while. After she left, he checked into the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel. So it sounds like they weren't in the same. They moved to a different place, is what it sounds like, from when he was with Kate. Kate even posted a TikTok of her flying back to Florida. She captioned the video, "So happy to be back in the Sunshine State." Earlier this month, Liam showed support for One Direction bandmate Niallhoran at their concert in Argentina. So it's like that's where he might have been going, was to show that support at the time. So that's kind of where we are left with right now with that situation. So TMZ can literally get get effed at this point because these sick people decided that they were going to post pictures of parts of Liam's unalived body on their platform, and to sit there and play the BS game of, "Oh, we're so sorry. Oh my God, so many people called us out for it." Yeah, so many people called you out for it because it was the dumbest thing that could ever be possibly done. And I literally hope his family sues TMZ. I hope his family sues TMZ because this is disgusting and sick that they would do that. So allegedly they posted this article, and then showed pictures of it, of Liam, unalived. And then they got too much backlash on it, which no shit, dick. And we know why, because they wanted to get clicks and fucking views on their website. Excuse my language. And then they took that out. They took that off. So Yeah. So here's what we have so far. Sources close to the situation tell TMZ Liam Payne and his girlfriend Kate Cassidy arrived in Argentina on September 30th, posting several social media posts together showing them having fun at the vacation. We're told she left Argentina on the 14th. Liam stayed behind and checked into the Casa Sur Palermo hotel. We're told someone at the hotel called 911, which there is a audio of that, which I'm not going to play because it is sad and disturbing. No, I don't want an Ipsy bag. So if you guys want to look at that, it's all over the internet. You don't need me to find it. Um, where to report an aggressive male at the hotel today, which lines up with what witnesses told us about Liam's behavior in the lobby. Liam Payne is passed away, obviously, after a fall from his hotel balcony in Argentina. The former One Direction singer died Wednesday evening. Several witnesses at the hotel where he was staying in Buenos Aires tell us Liam fell from his room on the third floor of the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel. We do not know if it was intentional or accidental. No one knows that as of right now that I am aware of. I have not seen or heard anything. TMZ has seen photos of Liam's body on the deck at the hotel with tables and chairs nearby. They've seen this and they've posted them. Might I add, they've seen them and they posted them onto the internet. That is forever. There are people that have posted, there are celebrities, there are people that have literally posted shit on the internet for less than 5 seconds and it's up on the friggin' internet forever. TMZ, shame on you. You know what you were doing. You know what you were doing. You did it anyway, and you're disgusting and disturbing. And I genuinely hope that someone caught it and screenshotted it and sent it to Liam's family, and you're getting sued. That's what I can only hope for that. So they have seen a photo that they, again, not allegedly, there's proof that they posted it. You can clearly see his tattoos, a clock on his left forearm, and a scorpion on his abdomen, which helped us confirm early reports from witnesses. We're told this happened shortly after 5 p.m. in Buenos Aires. This is allegedly where he is underneath this thing. And that Liam has been acting erratic in the hotel lobby earlier. He smashed his laptop and had to be carried back to his room. Police and other first responders are all around the hotel now, and authorities have put up a red tent around the body as they begin their investigation into Liam's death. And again, why? Please explain to me why the priority of the press is to get a picture of an unalived human. Please explain that to me. Please explain to me on what part of your soul do you think the priority should be to take a picture of an unalived human and have that on file for people to see? You're sick. So sick. He has been in Argentina recently for niallhoran's concert. Obviously, we know about that. He was only 16 years old when he joined One Direction, and the group became the biggest boy band in the world after a 2010 launch on the X Factor, which we talked about. The band ultimately broke up in 2015. God damn, that was so long ago. And he was considered to be one of the main songwriters. This is the view from the hotel balcony, apparently. So he revealed, I guess, in 2021 that he struggled with alcohol and prescription drug addictions at one point when One Direction was on tour and things got so bad he had severe unaliving thoughts. If I'm not using unaliving appropriately, I'm just trying to not say too many things that are going to get me demonetized. Not that I'm even getting monetized. I don't have enough followers to be monetized though. 500 followers. Come on, guys. You know you want to. Earlier this week, there were reports about Liam's ex-fiance, Maya Henry, alleging he left her after asking her to get you can read that for yourself. Her attorneys have been trying to send him a cease and desist letter to stop contacting her, which we're going to talk about. It's unclear at this point if that triggered an erratic behavior at the hotel, which I don't like I don't like that insinuation. That pisses me off. Okay, so let's open this one. All right, so this is from HuffPost talking about the TMZ BS. So TMZ Thrugs Fury for publishing images said to show parts of Liam's not alive body. I apologize for any pictures on the sides and stuff. I don't know what the hell's I don't know what's here and not here. So TMZ is facing backlash for publishing images said to have shown part of Liam Payne's body after the former One Direction singer died in a fall on Wednesday. I also don't know if TMZ has posted an apology for putting those pictures up. They should. They're probably not going to. But the integrity, I mean, this is the thing that's hard is that on one hand, if you love pop culture and you love the internet, TMZ is like the they're one of the outlets like in the world that report shit so fast. And for the most part, I would say, I don't know what the percentage would be, but like pretty accurately and are pretty much like on the beat, but they're also always on the edge of controversy too and how they obtain certain things and how they speak on certain things. It's really sick and disturbing some of the shit that they do. And this is just one of them. This is one of the things. I looked up really quick if Vanessa Bryant sued them. I thought she did, but I think she actually sued the police officers when Kobe Bryant passed away. Um, but yeah, they have a very unethical way of going at things. Um, I don't know. Sorry, my screen just said something. I want to make sure I'm all set and nothing bad's happening. Hold on. Just double checking. Okay, everything looks good. I don't see any problems. Okay. The celebrity gossip tabloid published cropped images showing a tattooed arm and stomach, saying it identified Payne via the body ink. TMZ said the images showed the singer's body on a deck at the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where he fell from his third floor balcony of his room. TMZ obtained a photo showing Liam's body on a wooden deck at the hotel with tables and chairs nearby. The site's article read. So again, this isn't made up. This fucking happened. They posted this. Like, it's real. There's no alleged in this crap. We're not showing the whole body, but we can clearly see his tattoos, a clock on his left arm and a scorpion on his abdomen. P.S. Shouldn't show any of it because now it's 1000% on the internet. It's probably, I wasn't looking for it. I don't even want to see that shit. But minimum, it's on Reddit. Minimum, the pictures are on Reddit because Reddit is the dark hole of the internet. Overnight, the images were quietly removed. I'm sure they fucking were. The text in the article was updated slightly to remove references to publishing the images, saying instead that TMZ has viewed a photo, which helped us confirm early reports from witnesses. No editor's note was added acknowledging the change, which again is unethical. TMZ's act was fearlessly criticized, as it should be. TMZ is trying to get clicks and ad money off of a young man's dead body just minutes after the news broke, okay? Minutes. So imagine being a member of Liam Payne's family and seeing this. Again, I hope that they sued them. In an interview with UK radio network LBC, music writer Matt Charlton calls TMZ's move shameful and one of the most irresponsible examples of so-called journalism I have ever seen. TMZ did not immediately turn HuffPost's request for comment seeking clarity on its decisions. Well, one, whoever made that decision should be fired. Two, again, TMZ proving that you are unethical on a extremely fucked up level. So this is, let's see. I have pictures of his room, but I don't think I can show like pretty much any of them, you guys, to be quite honest with you. I don't think I can literally show you any of them. But basically there are pictures posted right now on the internet. There's pictures posted on the internet right now of Liam's room. Again, not sure how people got these pictures or how they were obtained. I don't understand how. I just don't understand. I guess I just don't grasp in any way, shape, or form why people's priority is to show these things when someone just passed away. Like, I just don't understand how that's your priority. I also don't understand how you were able to obtain these photos because I would hope to God the only people allowed within that room are members who are like on a crime scene, like the police and shit. And if the police is out there giving away media of a possible crime scene, or at least an area where they're trying to investigate, that's sick and disgusting and gross. And again, people should be fired for that. How that works, I don't know. I'm not a member of, the media in that department. I'm not a member of the police, in Oh, excuse me, Argentina. There we go. I don't know how this stuff works, but I would hope and think that they wouldn't want members of the police to be taking photos inside of a possible crime scene or whatever you want to call it. I mean, they're going to investigate the situation, obviously. I just kind of don't understand how they were able to obtain these types of photos. It's baffling to me, to be honest with you. But that being said, again, I don't think I can show the photos online because there is paraphernalia, drug paraphernalia in the photos. But what I will tell you is that there's three of them that I have seen. And the three that I have seen, one was a smashed TV. Um, see if I can show. Hold on, let me see if I can find the smashed TV. Let me see what I can find, you guys. Hold on. I think I can show you the picture of the Smash TV. I just can't show you the picture of some of the other stuff because I will get in trouble. 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 Papa, I will get in trouble. Okay, hold on. Hold, please. Let me see what I can get that shit out of here. Let's see what I have here. Um, I know I have. Oh, here we go. Okay. See. Oh, hold on, guys. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. Here we go. I can show this photo, and that's pretty much about it. Um, Let me window capture. Okay, hold on. No, no. Hmm. I don't think I can show you guys that. I don't know if it's gonna, I don't think it's gonna pull up honestly. I don't think it's gonna pull up. Um, but let me see. Let me see. Hold on one second. Ready? I'll show you guys this way. Fun. I'll show you guys this picture. That's not what I wanted to show. Why is that doing that? Don't show that. Copy. Now paste it. Paste it. There we go. Here you go, guys. God damn, what a pain in the ass. Okay, so that's basically that's the one photo I can show you guys. I can't show you any other photos because the rest of them has paraphernalia in it, but that's the TV allegedly from his room that was smashed. As you can see, there's some cocktails back here. There's stuff over here. Again, I believe some of that over there is the paraphernalia I'm speaking about that I cannot show you, and et cetera, et cetera. So that's all I can show you as of right now. Um, so yeah, so they found paraphernalia in there that looked like Coca-Cola. Let's say that. That's what it looked like to me. Again, I don't know anything about DRUGs. I didn't actually know literally nothing. So I couldn't really tell you, but that was the vibe and what I could see. And again, that was posted all over the internet, sadly. Um, so Liam also posted a video on the Daily Mail posted about it, and I'm not gonna play the audio for you guys, just because I don't want to get copyright for any reason, but I will pause it so we can read what's on the screen. So let me pull that up real quick. Okay, so this was on, like I said, this is on Daily Mail's Australia, I believe, TikTok account. And it says video emerges of Liam Payne addressing mental health struggles after his, tragic passing. I don't know the time frame on this. I don't have the timestamp on this. He was diagnosed allegedly, according to him, with a couple different conditions. What they were, I don't know. I have to look up more information, but it says I filmed the same video about 20 times at different points this year and got too scared to put it out by talking myself out of it. I'm coming to see how fortunate I am to be in the position I'm in, and I want to give any of you struggling the gift was given by sharing some of the things I learned from specialists whilst I was away. So apparently he went to some type of clinic facility. Not sure where or when that happened, but he did go away apparently to get help. First thing I did every day was check in, and it's important you don't bottle up how you feel. Feeling is one of the amazing gifts we have, and I blocked things up so long it made me sick and lash out. Notice it, allow it to happen, and let it pass through. So, hope this helps. And it's just really sad because clearly he was struggling very, very badly and having a very, very hard time. And this was consistent. So, when I was kind of looking through the situation that was going on, uh, Maya Henry got brought up. So, if you guys don't know, Maya Henry is, hold on. Why is it doing that? Stop it right now. Why is it doing that? Let's refresh here. Yeah, reload it. Do as I say. Do as I say. So, Maya Henry, for you guys that don't know who this was Liam's ex-fiance. And I just want to say that before we talk about Maya and this whole situation, number one, do not send hate to this woman in any way, shape, or form. Also, don't send hate to Liam's family because I don't know what they know, what they don't know, and how they feel and what they don't feel about him and her's relationship. So don't send hate to any of those people. Uh, I will say that I do have some thoughts and opinions on this that I find disturbing. And I am fully aware that people love Liam Payne, but that doesn't take away from the fact that there are people out there. There are things that Liam has done that I find to be inappropriate, and this relationship I find to be one of them. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. That's how I feel about it. And if you don't like that or agree with me, that's totally fine. That's your prerogative, it's your decision. But I find this relationship to be extremely inappropriate, and I don't understand how it even came about, to be quite honest with you, and why no one called this out as an inappropriate relationship. So let's get into it though, because it does have to do with some of what has happened. So Liam Payne's ex Maya Henry claimed he would often predict his death in a manipulation tactic. Again, do not send hate to Maya Henry in any way, shape, or form on my behalf. I do not agree with it, accept it, acknowledge it. You're on your own, kid. Liam Payne's ex-fiancee, Maya Henry, claimed the late singer predicted his death days before he tragically passed away at the age of 31. So please remember, he passed away at the age of 31. Okay, remember that. Right now, as of death, 31 years old. Okay, keep that in mind. The influencer who dated the One Direction member from 2018 to 2022, again, remember that now, got candid about his mental health battle and the alleged abuse he put her through on Monday's episode of the Internet is Dead podcast. Never heard of this podcast a day in my life. So I don't know any affiliation about them. I don't know what they think about things. I don't know what their background is. Not associated with this podcast. Don't know anything about them. Quote, he would always message me ever since we broke up, which they broke up in 2022. So it's been 2 years that this has been happening. Quote, oh, I'm not well, she alleged. Quote, he would always play with death and be like, well, I'm going to die. I'm not doing well. So here's a picture of them. She looks very young. Henry, 23. Okay. So as of today, Maya Henry is 23. So to my calculations, that means They started dating when she was 17 years old and he was 25. Fact check the math on that if you need to. Please do your own research. Please do your own look into that shit yourself. Um, but the fact that she's currently 23 and he's 31, and when they started dating, she was 17 years old and he was 25. Why did nobody say anything about that? And if they did, why the hell did no one pay attention to that? And how that is extremely inappropriate. Extremely inappropriate. Black and white for me, not okay. Disgusting. Okay. Just so we're all on the same page, it is so unbelievably easy to not date a minor. I've been doing it my whole life. It's so easy to not date a minor, to not have that big of an age gap. If we're talking about 1 to 2 years, if you're talking about a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old, I'll even give you a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old. Okay, I'll give you that. I can work within that. They maybe went to high school together. I can understand these things. That I can, you're both still teenagers. I can understand that, okay? When we're talking about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 year age gaps from a teenager to a full on adult, we have problems. In my opinion, we have massive problems. Let's see. It just always was the same cycle, she said. Here's another photo of them again. She looks rather young to me. That's because she is. She literally just turned 23. In February, the influencer announced her fictional book, Looking Forward, which we're going to talk about and possibly read excerpts. I'm not sure yet. Inspired by journal entries she wrote while dating Payne. So the book is fictional, but kind of like it gives like a based on a true story vibe. You know what I'm saying? Author alleged the Steal My Girl singer called her mom at the time and said, I'm not going to be around much longer. And she says, I don't play with death. If you say this, I'm going to try and help you no matter what you've done. I think he took advantage of my family's kindness. Henry alleges one of Payne's friends also called her, warning her not to release a book for the sake of Payne's mental health. The book is out, just so you guys all know. And we will read I'll read you what it says on Amazon. Henry claimed she offered Payne's help to get back into rehab, but in the end felt like his actions were manipulative. In the days leading up to his death, Henry alleged that the British singer's actions had gotten so much worse, though she wasn't able to legally to specify the details, likely due to the cease and desist letter she sent her ex earlier this month. So this is all very recent shit that's been going on with the two of them in this department. We would always just say, I'm so sorry for everything I've done. I can't live with myself, but then continue to try and traumatize me. I know the lifestyle he lives, and there is a day when something bad is going to happen, which sadly has happened. So I would always be like, okay, he's saying these things. I have to help him because if I don't, I won't be able to live with myself if something happens to him, which is why I said, do not send hate to this woman because I cannot imagine the pain this woman's going through right now. No matter what happened to her, no matter what happened to him, no matter their relationship, good, bad, ugly, abusive, not abusive, whatever, this has to be so hard to deal with when you were spoken to like this all the time and allegedly possibly manipulated into going back with him and still talking to him for that 2 year span. I can't even imagine what she's going through. The Perfect Singer was reportedly struggling with the legal issues between himself and Henry, who claim Payne wouldn't leave her alone. Before he died in Argentina on Wednesday, Payne fell from the third floor, which we've already talked about. Um, the xfactor alum was reportedly acting erratic right before his death and was slamming his laptop into the lobby at the hotel, which God knows there's probably a video of that I'm sure TMZ will find and post on the internet. Payne, who struggled with substance abuse and his mental health, has been dealing with periods of ruinous behavior for a long time. The Night Changes singer arrived in Argentina. We already know this, and his girlfriend left, ahead of time. We know all this because we've talked about it. So this is her book that I'm sure is going to fly off the shelves now, sadly. Very, very sadly. So yeah, it's inspired by true events. So it's called Looking Forward. And it's the synopsis, I guess, is growing up in an exclusive Tennessee neighborhood. Mallory Hunt never fit in, which is essentially is Maya's character. Chubby and brunette in a sea of blonde future debutantes. She takes solace in her tight knit family and best friend Luna. Together, the girls bond over their favorite band, Five Forward, which, sorry, is kind of funny. Get it? One Direction, Five Forward. Get it? Ha ha ha. Imagining exciting, glamorous futures. She just should have done like, I don't know. I just, shit, Five Forward. I mean, come on, that's pretty good. Years later, Malice suddenly thrust into the world of high fashion modeling. She transformed herself from small town outcast to model, meeting people she's only seen in magazines, including Oliver Smith, which is essentially Liam's character. The handsome former member of Five Forward, from Dubai to Paris, London to Coachella, Mallory finds herself desperately in love with the former boy bander despite fame, attention, and personal demons that threaten them both as their fantasy love affair goes from private intimacy to public meltdown. Mallory learns the pain and the heartache when your love goes from girlfriend fantasy to real life drama. Texas born and raised Maya Henry has worked as a philanthropist and activist for female empowerment. As a young girl, Maya took solace in journaling and creating stories, sparking a love for writing. Being an author is what inspired her to enroll in a writing program. She is currently studying creative writing at New York City University. Why is she studying at a university? Because she's a child. Because she's a child. And apparently these tattoos are very similar to what Liam has on his body. And you know who would know that? TMZ. Yeah. Yeah. Ask me how I feel about that. Ask me, ask me how I feel about TMZ. So this is from People. Um, Again, they were engaged. She said she was very naive. Um, Henry's page offered something different. The cover of her new novel, Looking Forward, a project she said was inspired by personal journals written during the pandemic when she was in the midst of a relationship with former One Direction singer Liam Payne. I can't even imagine what it was like to be in a relationship with him during the pandemic. I can't even imagine because you couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything. And a lot of people forget about that during the pandemic, that a lot of people were locked up with their abusers. Like a lot of people, children. It was like domestic violence went up because of all that stuff. It's so, oh God, the pandemic is awful. I hate that. I hate that time. Though fans of the singer, how Henry was engaged until 2022, may have expected a romantic page turner that reflected the couple's seemingly perfect, picture perfect life together, a content warning that alerted readers to sensitive materials such as this word that I'm not going to say out loud. Abuse, violence, self harm, substance abuse, and eating disorders told a different story. Obviously, the book is fiction, but it's definitely inspired by true events. The main character, Mallory, is very similar to me, and that's why I was very easy for me to write her character and put the emotion in there. I'm just grateful that I have the opportunity and platform to really help for a voice for women. I mean, girl, it's like how, like, genuinely straight up how fictional, like, it's fiction. It For me, it's like I'm gonna write this fictional book and say that it's based on a true story or based on true events, so that way I can say what I want without getting sued allegedly. Like that's the vibe I'm getting. And listen, no hate to that because I'm sure there's lots of victims out there that would love to tell their story and have no way to do it and are afraid of the repercussions of what could happen. And sometimes this is the only way to do it. So I could totally understand that and see that. One in three women have experienced some form of violence from their partner. Um, though Henry 23 does not accuse the musician of abusing her, it's a topic she explores and looking forward via her main character, Mallory. Um, clearly there is stuff going on. To what extent, only she knows. Um, let's see. Yeah, right here. Ugh. The pair confirmed their relationship in September 2019 when Henry was 18 and Payne was 26. I don't believe so. Clearly, I'm sorry. If this is just my opinion, if you're starting to date somebody at 18 years old and you're 26, You've probably already had a conversation with them and are just waiting for their legal birthday to pop up. Let's be for literally real, please. Every time I would tell people the story of how we met, they would always say, "Oh my God, it's like a fairy tale, it's like a movie." I feel like I had to put that in the book and take that inspiration because it just doesn't seem real. Um, da, 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 da. Initially, she found the musician, now 30, very charming and sweet and nice. They moved quickly and announced their engagement in August of 2020. So 2 years later, she's only 20 years old and you're getting engaged to a 20-year-old. Like, yeah. Actually popped the question months earlier. Henry says that they kept the proposal quiet, excuse me, for fear of judgment, like I'm doing right now, judging you. And I'm not judging her. Not judging her. I'm judging Liam. Now that the author says now that she didn't think much of the pair's 8-year age gap while they were together, she acknowledges that her inexperience when it came to a relationship complicated things. When you were getting taken advantage of by an adult, I was very mature for my age, which again, this is a tactic that older people will use to get younger people to want to be with them. Tell them that, oh, you're so mature, and could live on my own. But I think I was very naive in relationships because I hadn't been in a real adult relationship because you're a child. And then to be engaged in your first real adult relationship was a lot. I don't know if it was a power imbalance, it was, but I feel like maybe my love was taken advantage of in a way. It is a power imbalance. Just the age alone, it's a power imbalance. Like, boop, that's what it is. Henry is careful when she speaks about her relationship with Payne, who rose to fame as a member of the boy band One Direction. But looking forward, does plenty of talking about Oliver, the character seemingly based on that musician. In the book, Oliver makes the slow and painful descent from clear-cut, wholesome pop star to an unpredictable addict with a career in flux and a stable verbal insults at the ready for Mallory, his girlfriend turned fiance turned caretaker. For his part, Payne has been open about his issues with substance abuse, and in July 2023, said he was 6 months sober after spending 100 days in a rehab facility in Louisiana. So 2023 is when that happened. I definitely chose to forgive a lot of things, she says, referring to her own relationship. When you love someone as much, so much you have those rose colored glasses, you're in denial, so you think those things will stop, and they don't. And that just becomes an issue among other issues. And that is, from my own experiences, very true. Still, the realization that her relationship with Payne was in fact too good to be true wasn't something that came to her suddenly, but over time. Henry and Payne broke up in June of 2021, though they rekindled months later and ended their relationship for good in 2022. When you're in those situations, they kind of become normal to you. These things start happening and it just becomes normalized in your head. I just became so desensitized to everything going on that I was like, okay, this is my relationship and this is how it's going to be. And I feel like once you get out of it, you really like, oh my gosh, what was I doing and why was I there? As someone who is in a somewhat abusive relationship, emotionally, verbally, yeah, you look back and you're like, what the hell was I doing? Like, I'm so much smarter than this, and why was I so dumb? And you're not dumb. It's just you're in love and you get manipulated. Um, so the book deals with multiple instances of abuse, including verbal insults and violence when Oliver chases her down the hallway. In a pivotal scene, Mallory learns she's pregnant. And while she's excited about the prospect of becoming a young mother, Oliver is not and warns that he will walk away from the relationship if she chooses to keep the baby. Mallory eventually goes through with I'm not saying this word because I don't want to get in trouble, but suffers severe complications and ultimately forced to drag herself to the hospital to treat hemorrhaging. What I went through in real life is very similar to what Mallory went through in the book. I definitely did have some complications and I did have to go to the hospital alone, she says, about her own medical malnutrition. It was very lonely having these men tell you, oh, it's going to feel like a heavy period. It's not going to be that painful. It's going to be easy. But I'm like, you've never ever gone through anything like this. So how would you know to tell me? That's why I wanted to include it in the book because I've seen so many people online talk about taking the pill and it was the most painful thing for them. It's just mind boggling to me that you could tell women how they're going to feel. That is sick and sad and so messed up. She continues, if it were up to me, I would not have done it. But then also, if I were to have made a different decision, then I would have lost the person that I love. There were definitely difficult conversations about it, but looking back now, things happen for a reason. A source tells the author, tells people that Henry called them upset about the thing amid its aftermath, and that the ordeal was both physically and mentally draining. It broke my heart seeing her like that when she's usually happy and so positive. That was hands down the lowest point of my life, and it did not have to be that way. So the end of the relationship. Obviously, they found out that he sent explicit pictures to other people, which there was a comment, I guess, on Instagram that she had made about that and was like, yeah, surprising, not like hello. Um, and talked about blaming herself. I mean, there's a lot in here, you guys. I'll put the links to everything that I've been reading in the bio later today. Um, and then I'll put the link for an excerpt of her book if you guys want to actually read excerpts from her book that were posted on Reddit. You guys can check that out yourself and look at that yourself. Um, but yeah, more stuff's going to be coming out, guys. More stuff's going to be talked about. There'll be more videos, there'll be more photos because God forbid we like let people have some decency, but that's going to happen. Obviously, that's sadly a part of the sick, demented world that we live in and the game that's going to be played. Another thing that I had thought about, and I hope this isn't, a thing. I hope this isn't true. This is all alleged because I genuinely don't have the answer for this. But the first thing that I thought about when this all happened was Liam associated with Diddy in any way? Because one thing that you'll know if you've been around the block a time or two, and been on social media and been on the internet and have seen horrible things happen in our world, you will know that when big things like this happen, a lot of the times people will unalive themselves, um, because they don't want to face what could possibly happen to them in and face their, consequences for their actions. And so one of the things I instantly thought about was that because obviously we have a lot of people that are going to get named in a lot of the allegations that are out there and a lot of the suits that are out there for Diddy. And it's going to be a lot of celebrities. And some of them are going to be victims too. Okay, it's not just going to be people that were engaging in this shit. It's also going to be people that were victims in that situation. And so the first thing I thought of was, holy crap, does this have to do with that? Because if you guys know, about, I think 2008 was when the stock market crashed, I believe. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm totally fine with being corrected. Um, and when that happened, a lot of bigwig people, a lot of people lost a lot of money. Their lives were altered forever. A lot of people were going to get sued and were going to go to prison. And so some of those people got out of those situations by unaliving themselves. So they didn't have to deal with the consequences of their actions. And that happens. Jeffrey Epstein is one of those people, allegedly, possibly, maybe, that didn't want to deal with the consequences of his actions, so took care of it himself. And I wouldn't be surprised if that is something that's going to happen outside of Liam and anything that he has to do with that. I saw that BJ investigates. I'll link it below. She has a live coming up later today talking about a possible connection between the two of them, Diddy and Liam. So we shall see what that is. I'm pretty sure I could be wrong. Let me just look really quickly. Let me go to Google. Diddy X Factor. Yeah. So Diddy was on a show called The Four. And yeah, Diddy was on a show called The Four. So I thought he was on X Factor for some reason. I don't know why, but you know, the hands that reached out of this disgusting man and the things that he was able to get a hold of and the people he had access to and the things he had access to, just nothing surprises me anymore. But what it seems like, if I had to take a guess, all alleged in Minecraft, is that one, this man, Liam, had an addiction problem clearly and was going through something, a manic episode. My thing is that I really hope that people will not go and bombard Maya, because people who have been through the situations that she allegedly has been through, they should be able to speak out about it. They should be able to talk about it, and not fear repercussions of what could happen. And clearly she is going to be going through emotional hell at this point because of what happened. And it sounds like allegedly she had tried multiple times to help him and save him, and he just didn't want to be saved. So it's really, 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 really sad. So no matter what, I hope that his family has some sense of privacy and peace so they can deal with what they need to deal with emotionally, um, and beyond. I know there's so many people that are waiting for every member of One Direction to say something, and they will, and give it time. And if they don't, guess what? That's their journey. That's their time. Who knows what their relationship was like with him? You know, just because they were in a boy band together doesn't mean they liked each other, doesn't mean they spent time together, doesn't mean they even still talk to each other. So we can't force that upon people. Um, but I hope the best for them. I hope the best for the family. I hope the best for all the members of One Direction. And I hope that they are finding help if they need it emotionally to get through this. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about Bravo this afternoon because I feel like we just talked about something super heavy. Let's just leave it there, and then we'll talk about Bravo stuff. Hopefully tomorrow is the plan, Stan. We'll see what else comes out. But if you feel like you are going mentally through a very hard time and you need help and support, I will put links down below for you to reach out and get the help that you need. If you feel like you don't have anybody that can support you and help you, um, if you need help and support and you're in a dark place, please don't be afraid to DM me, and I'm happy to send you links and organizations and hotlines that you can call and get the love and support that you need, directly, so you don't feel alone, and have people that want to take care of you and want to support you. So I am happy to send any of that stuff directly to individuals if they need it. Again, if you're part of the replay crew, hi, thank you so much for coming to the video. I really appreciate you finding me and watching the video. I know it was not an easy one to listen to today, and I appreciate you being here. If you want to put a music emoji to let me know that you're part of the replay crew, I would love that. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the fun things, please and thank you. As I always say in all of my videos at the end, I always tell you to please, please, please go find and support small LGBTQIA plus businesses. They need your love and support as much as humanly possible, especially as we're going into the election. I will also put information forward about how to make sure you register to vote and do all the fun things to make sure you can do that, because it does matter. It does matter. Okay, you guys, it's literally all they give us now. It's literally the only hope and options we have. And not just for the president, we need to be voting for every single person in every single section of our government. Okay, because the smaller the group, the more impact they tend to have. You guys, they have huge impacts on things. So, especially in your states. So, I appreciate you guys. I love you. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.